The people, the headlines, the issues impacting you, all on This Week in Cincinnati on 9 on Your Side.
Welcome back, everyone. Today on This Week in Cincinnati, we are speaking with Cincinnati Mayor John Cranley, and also with us is WCPO government reporter Paula Christian.
So, John, we have a new governor. Do you think that you'll have any better chance recouping some of Cincinnati tax money from the local government fund that the state uses so generously?
We hope so. I'm not particularly optimistic. I'm co-founder of the Ohio Mayor's Alliance with Nan Whaley, and recently we had a 2-hour meeting with Governor DeWine and Husted-elect. And it was a nice conversation, and we appreciated their time. But honestly, what I told them is I said, if you want Ohio to be great, partner with us and restore some of our money. But if you want us to be good, just get out of our way.
So for citizens that don't understand what kind of impact this has on the city's budget and what you're able to do and the deficits, could you just sort of briefly explain? So
the right-wing legislature in Columbus for years now has been attacking local government, which is ironic because they preach the idea of local government's the best government, closest to the people. It's a conservative idea that we don't want big, bad Columbus telling us what to do. But in fact, they've declared war on local government, war on home rule, and they take away our money that we use for police, fire, to fight the opiate crisis, and they keep it in Columbus for special interests. What I said to the governor-elect is, take a Hippocratic oath to do no more harm. Just get out of our way. Stop attacking us, stop taking our money, just let us be, and we'll make the state look good. The fact is that cities, and in particular Cincinnati and Columbus, are the economic engines of the entire state. In fact, their economies that aren't growing at all in a significant manner are Cincinnati and Columbus. So we are net donors to the state in tax revenues. Sometimes there's rhetoric that comes from these right-wing politicians that we're like welfare dependent on the state. The opposite is true. They take your tax money, my tax money, our tax money, and they spend it on other parts of the state.
Rural areas.
Yeah. And, obviously I want Ohio to be better, so I don't mind a little bit of that, but we're the golden goose. And if you kill the golden goose, you're not going to have any eggs for the rest of Ohio.
So how was this received?
Well, they laughed, and they said that I sounded like a Republican. And I said, well, just live up to your Republican principles. Get out of our way, and we'll make the state look good. Local government is, Washington is broken, Columbus is broken, but the cities, Cincinnati's rising, growing in population and people and economy. Columbus is rising. If you look across the country and the world, cities are back. And so if they just get out of our way, we'll make the state look good.
So did DeWine's people or DeWine agree to either give you back money or just get out of the way? Either one of those things? Or was there any compromise?
He said he was open to letting us have some of our money back, right? So it's not his money, it's our money. He was open to it, didn't make any specific commitments, and obviously I hope that he does. But I also said, look, for the last 8 years, you guys have been taking our rights away from us, our government, our local control away from us. You guys have made a lot of decisions at the bureaucratic level at the expense of local control, unfunded mandates, things of that nature. I said, so yes, I want you to give us our money back, but just stop taking away our local authority. Let the people closest to the communities govern their communities. That's simple, lowercase c conservative philosophy, and he thought that was, he said he liked the way that sounded, and I just hope he lives up to it.
Okay, so let's change gears, although we could stick with that for a long time. FC Cincinnati, what a year for FC Cincinnati and the city. An MLS bid, a stadium being built, a lot of people very excited about the situation, a lot of people not happy about the situation in the West End in some way, shape, or form. A lot of promises made specifically by the team, but the city is going to have to help in some way, shape, or form keep those promises to the folks in the West End, keep people there happy, keep their neighborhood intact. So what is the city doing right now? What are you guys doing? You doing specifically to help, make those dreams come true for everyone?
Well, first of all, I think that a lot of the discussion has been flawed in that some people are, I disagree with those who think that this is anything but an amazingly positive development. It's the most exciting phenomenon I've seen that's new in my lifetime. I was not born when the Bengals started. It's taken this city by storm. It's the fastest growing sport in the country. It's going to make us more attractive. And as Paul Daugherty said, we're going to be known as the city that had the worst stadium deal to the best stadium deal. We're not putting any taxpayer money into the stadium itself. We're building roads and infrastructure that we need anyway. And after 60 years of disinvestment in the West End, we have a multi-$100 million investment that'll bring jobs and opportunity and vibrancy and a safer neighborhood, a better neighborhood. You know, as an urbanist, as a lifelong city resident, those of us who love cities, and those of us, frankly, have been more Democratic than Republican, have wanted to see jobs and investments come back into the urban core where minority community lives, low-income people live. And for 50, 60 years, the region saw capital flight, money moving out of the city. And so we finally are getting investment in jobs back into the city, and we have people complaining about that. That seems crazy to me. This is the best thing that's happened to the West End since Crosley Field in the Reds 100 years ago. And so the best thing we can do is embrace it and work with the team. And it's very, you know, the Lindners, the farmers, et cetera, they're a very community-minded family that's done a lot for this community, and I'm confident they will, and they're already building soccer fields for a variety of lower-income communities around the community, and I'm confident they're going to be a good neighbor.
So just a couple seconds, you feel confident that folks in the West End who are still kind of grumbling about this, that they'll feel made whole and good about this once it's up and running? The
leadership of the West End supports the deal. All the polling I've seen shows that the West End residents support the deal. There have been some self-appointed activists who have opposed it, like Brian Gary or whoever, not Brian Gary, Josh Spring and others. I love Brian. We don't agree on some issues, but he's a great guy. But who, in my opinion, as far as I know, don't live in the West End, but want to tell the West End what's good for them. The people of the West End support FC Cincinnati and the jobs and opportunity that it'll bring.
We have so much to talk about, but we're going to wrap up our conversation with Mayor John Cranley in just a moment.
The people, the headlines, the issues impacting you, all on This Week in Cincinnati on 9 on Your Side.